let's talk about fear and what it means and why I believe that it's simply an illusion. So, from the moment we get to this earth, from the moment that even before we get to this earth, we sign up for this journey, we sign up for certain experiences and certain things to go through. Fear is one of them. Unfortunately, fear is a very powerful weapon that is used against human beings and actually holding us back from fulfilling and living to our highest potential. This is why it's so important to work with fears and to prove to yourself and prove to you over and over again that they are not real. They are simply an illusion. So there are certain frequencies that we can operate on and that we can act on, right? Fear is one of the lowest ones. I think there is shame, which is actually the lowest one. So what is happening on a big scale of today's world is that many of us are being brainwashed into feeling ashamed of certain things, certain parts, certain behaviors of ours in order to keep us in the lowest possible frequency. What we want to do is we want to rise to the highest frequency that is available, okay? So that would be love. And I think there is authenticity which is higher than that. But the point being is we have to really put effort in today's world to get ourselves from the lowest frequencies to the highest frequencies or even to the neutral frequencies, because everything around us is literally programming us to stay in the lowest frequencies. Why is that? Because we are easily controlled, we are easily manipulated, we are easily swayed left and right, and we cannot really stand a chance against those frequencies. When we are in the really low frequency, we cannot really rise up, we cannot really operate in our highest potential. So this would come up as a survival mode. Okay, so many of us found ourselves in survival mode, and that's including myself. How do you know you are in survival mode? You don't really have the motivation, you don't really feel like you have the means, you don't have the energy, you don't have the things to do and the time and space for you to actually operate and put yourself into some creative outlet, into something that is really setting your soul on fire. And this is the whole point of why we are kept in these lower frequencies, so we don't actually get access to these higher frequencies. Because what would happen if we were all operating in the highest possible frequencies? We would be unstoppable. Everyone would be fulfilling their dreams. Everyone would be raising to the higher frequency. We wouldn't need lower frequency. We wouldn't need things that are holding us back. We wouldn't need something to fill in the void that we are currently feeling. That's what happens when you are operating in the low frequency. You constantly feel the void, and all the society, the marketing, all the corporations, all the big companies are trying to fill the void. They know exactly how it works. They know exactly what to sell you, how to sell it to you. They play on the emotional side, the pain points, and they tell you that this thing, whatever product, service, whatever, is going to fulfill this need, this void that you are constantly feeling. But let me tell you right now, there is nothing in this world that can fill up this void for you except from you. Okay? You have the power to do that, and you have the power to move yourself from the lower frequencies to the higher frequencies. But for that, you have to first get yourself out of survival mode. How do we get ourselves out from survival mode? First of all, we need to make sure, before you even start with any mindset tricks, hacks, any of that, we need to make sure that the body, that the nervous system is safe. Okay? We need to feel safe in our body, in our being, right? That's very important. So many of us are in constant fight or flight, freeze, all of these responses that we have been programmed. Our nervous system is causing a wreckage on our bodies, on our mind, on our psyche, on everything in our life. So you need to get yourself to safety. How do you do that in today's fast forward running world? You simply slow down. This is the thing that you can do Whenever you feel yourself and see yourself rushing through your day, your breakfast, your coffee, anything and everything, intentionally slow down. You start proving to your nervous system that it's safe to not rush, to not be in constant rush, to not be constantly running around like a headless chicken trying to achieve something, trying to get there on time, this and that. You slow the F down. I'm slowing down on purpose with this video as well, so you can really have time to get this message. And don't get me wrong, I'm also prone to this. Sometimes when I'm taking content, I put it on faster speed because I want to get it in fast and I want to move ahead with my things or stuff like that. So I am also prone to this, but I want to remind you also myself that slowing down is the way to speed up. Slowing down is the way to connect with your body, with your presence, with yourself. Like you are here in this world, you are here in this moment. You are here. This moment will never repeat itself, so soak it in. Bask in it. Why are you always trying to get forward? Why are you always thinking about what's next, what's next, what's next? Stay in the moment. And as time goes by, as you try this practice, you will get better and better at it. Obviously, this is a practice that you can try and remind yourself of these mindful moments in every single day. Find a moment where you stay present. And I'm not telling you that to completely forget about all your responsibilities, all of that, but remind yourself that you are present, you are right here, you are right now. This is the only time we have, right? It's only now. And then take a deep breath, get inside your body, slow down, connect to yourself. Make yourself feel safe. Safety is the number one. Nervous system is the number one. You cannot achieve your goals, your dreams, your desires if you are operating in a wrecked nervous system. And yes, you can, but it's gonna feel very, it's not gonna feel very good because you will fast forward to there, and it's also not gonna feel comfortable. So try to get yourself back to safety. Try to get yourself back to your body. That's the number one thing that I want you to focus. If you take anything from this video, let it be this. Slow down to speed up. Slow down to connect to yourself. Slow down to connect to your intuition. From there, you will be able to hear your intuition more clearly, more loud. If you have been completely disconnected from your intuition, then you will start getting these nudges, you will start getting these insights, you will start getting these inputs. And I want you to listen, to pay attention what is coming through. Not when you are trying and pushing, but when you are, let's say, resting, when you are winding down, these things will drop for you. It's important to pay attention to those, and it's important to act on those. So you get yourself out of survival mode little by little by paying attention, being present in your body. Once you get the body to safety, you will start receiving intuitive nudges. Pay attention to those and then act accordingly. Act on them, okay? Try to follow through. If you get a nudge to do something, go somewhere, and you feel like, okay, this is something strange, I would never thought about it, go there, see what's happening, see what's gonna come out of there. Make this like your mission and figure out what's gonna happen, and I promise you it will surprise you in the best way possible. I want to share my experience actually. When I did such experience, it was first time in my life actually, and I was very much not familiar with my nervous system, with subconscious mind at that point, nothing of that. I just finished my university and I was really not feeling like going forward in the career or going inside a job. And, I just felt like I didn't belong there. I didn't want to do that. I needed a way out. I didn't have any plan. I didn't have anything. And that was kind of freaking me out. What I did instead, it was the time when I was led towards yoga, surprisingly, but not so much in a sense of doing different poses and such, but just being present on the mat. That was the first time I ever kind of connected back to myself, and it was revolutionary for me. And then it followed through by meditation. I started meditating every day, multiple times a day, upon waking up and before sleeping, and that completely changed my life, obviously, because I was not connecting to myself at all. So that was a big breakthrough for me. And on the outside, it looked like I'm not doing anything, I'm not progressing with anything. But on the inside, so many things were happening, so many breakthroughs were had. And I was getting intuitive nudges to move myself into certain directions. At the end, I went to Australia, I got my working visa, stuff like that. And I would have never dreamed of such possibility, but it was because I slowed down. I completely released any need for control, any need of figuring things out. And I was just with myself, connecting for the first time ever with my subconscious mind, with my mind, with myself, with my body, with my nervous system. And that's how these opportunities showed up for me. So I want to tell you that if you feel right now like the time is speeding up, the things are happening, you don't know how to position yourself in your life, in the society, you don't know what to do, there is nothing you would like to do or at this moment, slow down and connect with yourself, and the answers will come to you. Okay? It is such a strange thing to say in this society, but it is a thing that helped me and so many people around me that I know. Oftentimes we are running around, like I said, like headless chickens, and we are trying to achieve all these things that were set out for us by society, by our parents, by our upbringing, that don't even make sense for us. What we need to do is connect back to ourselves and actually figure out, what do we want? What do we need? Where is our path heading? And where it will be fulfilled? Because not everything that we will achieve will give us this fulfillment, right? So that would be it for the video. I want you to slow down, and however contradictory it feels, and if it actually feels very contradictory to you, that is perhaps the reason why you really should do that, and it's going to surprise you in the best way possible.